In today's video, we're going to learn how to configure the CUDY Pocket Router, step by step. I'll explain every single option inside this router, and of course, share both the good and the bad sides of it, so you can decide whether it's really worth using or not. Alright then, let's begin. First, we'll connect to the router through Wi-Fi. I've actually been using this router for a few months now, so it's already configured. But in this video, I'll show you everything from the very beginning, so that you can easily set it up on your own. Alright, as soon as we enter the router's interface, on the home page, we can see several important details right away. At the top, there's an LAN section, where we can see the IPv4 address, then the subnet mask, and the client number connected to the router. Next, there's the 4G per 3G modem section. Here, it shows their SIM status, signal strength, and signal type. It also displays the connection type. For example, right now it's connected through IPv4. Below that, we can see the roaming status. And then the operation information section. In that section, you'll notice the SIM card's operator name. Basically, the name of the mobile company whose SIM card is being used. After that, we have the system section, which shows how long the router has been powered on or active. Next comes the IPv4 WAN status section. Here, you'll find details like the IP address it's connected to, the primary DNS, and the connected time. Following that, there's the IPv6 data section. And finally, you can see a data usage summary, which shows how much mobile data has been used so far. So that was a quick overview of the homepage status. Now, let's move on and start exploring the settings section. From the top menu, we'll click on the second option called Wizard. Below that, you can see the first section named LAN Configuration. If you want, you can change your local IP address according to your network settings. In my case, I'll keep it as it is without making any changes. Once done, click on the next button to continue. Next option is APN Profile. You'll see two available profiles, and later on, you can customize both of them if needed. However, my suggestion would be not to make any changes right now. Simply click on the next button to proceed. In the Wi-Fi settings section, there isn't much complicated configuration. It's actually quite simple. First, in the SSID field, enter the name of your network. This will be your Wi-Fi name. Next, in the password field, type the password you want to set for your Wi-Fi network. Once done, just click on the Done button, and that's it. Your router configuration is now complete and ready to use. After the configuration is completed successfully, the router will automatically restart. Once it restarts, you'll need to log in again using your username and password just like before. The biggest downside I've noticed about this router is its weak network performance. Sometimes the router fails to connect to the network, and even when it does, it often doesn't connect to the internet properly. Another major drawback is that there's no option to read SMS messages, and on top of that, no USSD functionality is available either, which can be a real inconvenience for users who rely on mobile data SIM-based configurations. After clicking on the WAN settings option, the first thing you'll see is a section called Connection. Inside that, there's an option named Preferred Cellular Connection, where you'll find two modes, Auto and Manual. In this case, I recommend that you keep it set to Auto mode for the best and most stable connection experience. At the bottom, under the WAN status section, you can see that my router is currently connected using the IPv4 option. I've chosen IPv4 because when connected through any other option, the router does not deliver good performance. The next option is APN Settings, where you can create a new profile if needed. However, in most cases, your ISP's APN will be automatically synchronized by the router. That said, it's important to make sure your PDP type is set to IPv4. Otherwise, if your connection switches to IPv6, you might face issues. For example, some mobile devices may fail to get internet access properly. The next option is the 3G per 4G modem section. Here, you should change the network type and set it to LTE only. This is because, in some cases, especially in areas with weak network coverage, if the router is set to WCDMA or auto mode, the performance may drop significantly. However, this observation mainly applies to Bangladesh. In other countries, the performance behavior may vary depending on network stability and operator configuration. The next option is PIN Settings. Here, if your SIM card has a PIN lock enabled, you need to enter the correct PIN code so that the router can access the mobile network. If you don't want to use the PIN security feature, you can disable the SIM PIN option. This way, the router won't ask for the PIN every time it restarts. Be careful when entering the PIN code. Entering the wrong PIN multiple times may lock your SIM card, requiring a PUK code to unlock it. The next option is PLMN, Public Land Mobile Network. This setting allows you to manually select your mobile network operator instead of letting the router automatically choose one. If you keep it on automatic, the router will automatically connect to the strongest available network based on your SIM card. If you select manual, you can see a list of available networks and choose your preferred one, for example, Grameenphone, Robi, Airtel, or Teletalk in Bangladesh. Recommendation: keep it on automatic mode unless you are facing connectivity issues or want to force the router to stay on a specific network. The LAN, Local Area Network, option is used to configure your router's internal network settings. This is how your connected devices communicate within the same network. Here's what you'll typically find under LAN settings. IP address, the local IP of your router, for example, 192.168.101. This is the address you use to access the router's admin panel. Subnet mask defines your local network range, usually 255.255.255.0. DHCP server. You can enable or disable this. When enabled, the router automatically assigns IP addresses to connected devices. IP range specifies the range of IP addresses the router can assign, for example, 192.168.10100 to 192.168.10200. Recommendation: keep the default LAN settings unless you have a specific reason to change them, for example, integrating with another router or using a fixed IP setup. When you enter the Wi-Fi settings, the first section you'll see is Basic Settings. Here's how to configure it properly. Mode. You'll see a mode option. Keep it set to mixed. Changing it to another mode may cause some of your devices to fail to connect. Channel. Set this to auto. Auto channel is the best choice because it automatically selects the optimal channel based on surrounding networks. SSID. Enter the name of your Wi-Fi network here. This is what devices will see when scanning for networks. Hide SSID. Enable this if you want to hide your network from public view. Otherwise, leave it unchecked. Max clients. By default, up to 10 clients can connect. You can reduce this number if needed. Encryption type. Set this to WPA Personal, recommended. Cipher type. Keep it as AES, default is best. Password. Enter a strong, secure password for your Wi-Fi network. Finally, click Apply to save the settings, and then reconnect your devices to the updated network. The WPS, Wi-Fi Protected Setup, option allows you to quickly connect devices to your Wi-Fi network without entering the password manually. Here's how it works. Enable WPS. When WPS is enabled, you can press the WPS button on your router or select the WPS option on your device to connect automatically. WPS PIN. Some routers also offer a PIN method, where you enter a code instead of pressing the button. While WPS is convenient, it can be a security risk if left enabled, so only use it temporarily when connecting trusted devices. The MAC filter option allows you to control which devices can connect to your Wi-Fi network based on their unique MAC addresses. Here's how it works. Enable MAC filter. Turn on this option to start filtering devices. Add MAC addresses. Enter the MAC addresses of devices you want to allow or block. Modes. Allow list. Only the devices on the list can connect. Block list. Devices on the list are prevented from connecting. This adds an extra layer of security, but it's not foolproof. MAC addresses can be spoofed. Use it in combination with a strong Wi-Fi password for better security. The station list option shows you a list of all devices currently connected to your Wi-Fi network. Here's what you can do in this section. View connected devices. See the device names, MAC addresses, and IP addresses of all connected clients. Disconnect devices. Some routers allow you to manually disconnect unwanted devices. Monitor usage. You can check which devices are actively using the network, which is helpful for troubleshooting or managing bandwidth. This feature is useful for network monitoring and security, ensuring only authorized devices are connected. When you enter the security options, the first section you'll see is the firewall settings. Here's how it works. Configuration. By default, the firewall configuration is disabled. You can enable it if you want to activate the firewall protection. Packet handling. You'll see two options, drop and accept. By default, the drop option is checked. You can switch it to accept if desired. After making changes, click Apply to activate the settings. IPv4 firewall entry. This section allows you to manage firewall rules for IPv4 traffic. IPv6 firewall entry. Similarly, this section lets you manage firewall rules for IPv6 traffic. These options let you control incoming and outgoing traffic and improve your network security. The NAT, Network Address Translation, section of a router security settings is shown. NAT is used to translate private IP addresses within a local network, LAN, into a single public IP address when connecting to the internet, allowing multiple devices to share one connection securely. NAT type, symmetric. NAT type determines how your router handles network traffic between your internal and external network. Symmetric NAT means each connection request from the same internal IP and port to a specific destination will be mapped to a unique external source port. Pros: more secure, better for preventing unwanted incoming connections. Cons: can cause issues with peer-to-peer apps or gaming, harder for others to connect to you. Other possible types, not shown here, are full cone, restricted cone, and port-restricted cone, which are generally more open. 2. IPsec VPN pass-through. Enable. IPsec, Internet Protocol Security, is used for creating secure VPN connections. Pass-through enabled means the router allows IPsec VPN traffic to pass through the NAT firewall. Keep enabled if you use IPsec VPNs for secure remote work or corporate access. PPTP VPN pass-through. Enable. PPTP, Point-to-Point Tunneling Protocol, is an older VPN protocol. Enable allows PPTP VPN connections to pass through the router's NAT. Keep enabled if you use PPTP VPNs, though it's less secure and outdated compared to IPsec or L2TP. L2TP VPN pass-through. Enable. L2TP, Layer 2 Tunneling Protocol, is another VPN type often used with IPsec for encryption. Enable allows this traffic to go through NAT without being blocked. Small Blue Diamond keep enabled if you use L2TP IPsec VPN services. Web server WWAN access. Enable. WWAN access allows access to the router's web interface, admin page, over a wireless WAN, mobile network, connection. Enable if you want to remotely access the router's admin panel using mobile internet. Disable for better security, prevents remote unauthorized access. Recommendation. NAT type, symmetric, secure. VPN pass-throughs, enable, for flexibility. Web server WWAN access, disable, for safety, unless remote access is needed. The DMZ, Demilitarized Zone, option allows you to expose one device on your network directly to the internet while keeping the rest of your network protected by the firewall. Here's how it works. Enable DMZ. Turn this on if you want a specific device, like a gaming console or server, to bypass the firewall. Set the device. Enter the IP address of the device you want to place in the DMZ. Use case. This is useful for applications that require unrestricted incoming connections, such as certain online games or hosting a web server. Warning. Placing a device in the DMZ exposes it to the internet directly, so make sure the device has its own security measures in place. The final section is System, and inside this section, you'll find several important options. About. Here, you can see the device name, firmware version, IMEI number, and bestband version. Configuration tab. Reset to default. This option allows you to perform a full factory reset of the router. Password. You can change the admin password that you set when accessing the user interface. Date and time. You can manually set the date and time according to your time zone, or select Sync with Host to automatically set the correct time zone. Language. The default language is English, but there are 5 additional languages available. You can switch to any of them based on your preference. Power settings mode. This allows you to put the router in power saving mode. If no devices are connected or the mode is enabled, the router will reduce power consumption, saving battery life. UPnP, Universal Plug and Play. Enabled by default via checkbox. You can disable it by unchecking the box if you don't need it. Reboot. This option allows you to restart the router remotely without manually pressing the restart button. These options let you fully manage, secure, and optimize your router for daily use. Now, let's test the speed of this device to see how much bandwidth it can provide. Currently, I'm using a Bangalink SIM, and in my experience, Bangalink's internet speed is not always very high. Even so, as you can see, the speed is decent, reaching up to around 9 to 10 megabits per second. I think this speed is sufficient for day-to-day usage, but for those who need higher speeds, I would recommend trying a different network. As for upload speed, it's currently around 11 megabits per second, which is acceptable for my usage. In the future, I plan to make a full speed test video for this router across all networks and share it with you. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you found it helpful, please subscribe to my channel.
Goodbye.